pissing me off. So much for that new battery. It's very annoying. Grab a handful of it. I'm gonna start drilling. That sounds terrible. Thoroughly pissing me off. You're done. This thing is trash. Ooh. We're back in the garage again. This time, we're going right back to the DS90X. And it is thoroughly pissing me off. But I'm not gonna let it beat me. We're gonna figure out what the heck is going on with this thing. For those of you who weren't here last time, this is my son's DS90X. Picked it up as a 2017, really low hours. Guy maintained it so well. He said he had it since brand new, kept it in temperature controlled. As you can see, everything is in really nice shape. It's nice and clean. Really nice bike, but it won't run right. So we're gonna figure out what the heck's going on. So far, to give you guys an update, we have put a new battery in it, new spark plug, rebuilt the carb. I tried a CDI box from China. Not surprised. Way to go, China. I should have known. So I put it in the comments. I went on a couple forums, went on Facebook, tried to ask around to see if anybody had more luck with this thing than I did. Unanimously, there were two options. One, stator. Really don't want to change that. Also, way to go, Amazon. I ordered a stator, and guess what showed up? Magnets for a starter. It baffles me. Other than a stator, some people said adjust the floats in the bowl and the carburetor, and that will help it because it's a fuel starvation, which I originally thought it was because the spark looked good, but I wasn't checking spark at full throttle for 20 seconds. So I thought maybe something in the CDI box. I ordered a voltage regulator. Wrong thing came, so I can't try that. So today we are going to try to reset the float level in the carburetor that I have already rebuilt. I love redoing things I've already done. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm lying, it's very annoying, but we're gonna give it a shot. We are gonna go up in here. We're gonna take off that carburetor, which from the factory, they actually block an air fuel mixture. There's like a plate, a bracket that goes on it. And if you look up in there, right there, that's an air fuel mixture, and from the factory there's a plate around it, and you can't even see that thing, so I don't know why they do that, but took it off, tried to mess with it, can't figure it out. We're gonna go ahead and rip this thing off, see if we can readjust the bowl float level, give it wide open throttle, and see how she performs, because let's face it, it's a lot of fun to go fast on fast things. What's more fun? Going super fast on something slow. For a kid's quad, it's great. For an adult, it's slow. Oh yeah, put a twist throttle on this thing too. But I want to be able to grab a whole handful of it and really take off. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. Here we are halfway through the process. Got the carburetor out. You got overflows and fuel in and onto the manifold, air box and throttle cable and choke cable. You got a whole bunch of stuff you got to disconnect. If you're mechanically inclined, you should be able to figure it out. So here we are, the carburetor minus the bottom. I took the bowl off. Anyway, so what we're going to mess with is the float right here. I already did that. I took it apart, obviously, one time, rebuilt a whole bunch of stuff. But for this, we're going to mess with that tab in the back right there, which controls how far the float will fall. And then that tab underneath right there. I bent that tab to leave that open longer based on the float level to see if maybe it's just starved for fuel. And I'm going to slap it together and give that a shot. If not, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next. But something tells me that if this doesn't work, I'm going to start drilling. I'm going to make the jet a little bit bigger because I really don't think it has anything to do with electrical. I think it's all about the fuel delivery. So fingers crossed that that's what it is. I'd love for that to be able to be the final solution, but we'll find out in a minute. All right, so here we go. We're gonna give this a shot. I just put the carburetor back on this thing and hopefully, looks pretty good sitting there. Hopefully I'll be able to get it actually running. Full throttle, wide open. First thing we got to do, we got to turn the gas back on. So we're going to go ahead and use my fuel cutter offer here. Here we go. Give that a second. Let some gas get in the carburetor. I'm going to see how it goes. With the fuel moving through it, because I adjusted the bowl float level, if it's too high, it'll be leaking. So far, I'm not seeing nothing leaking. So we should be all set there. Let's see what she does. I reset all the settings on the carburetor, the air fuel and the idle, so I don't know if it's going to be in the right spot. I just put it back to like a factory neutral position somewhere in the middle, and hopefully that'll be good enough. But let's see what she does when we hit the trigger. No choke. Let's see what happens. So much for that new battery. That sounds terrible. All right, maybe we're gonna have to be kicking this thing in the beginning. Ooh, 2 kicks. Well, we never had a problem with it idling. It always idled fine, but I'm gonna have to grab a screwdriver and do some adjustments. I hear it getting a little hopped up there. Grab the screwdriver. I pulled the idle down, but I think it went down a little too far. So let's go ahead and get that. There we go. So I have the air fuel screw, which is this one next to it right there. I have that turned, you go all the way in, I backed it out 1.5. That's what they claim is like a good neutral spot to go with. I got the idle set. She's idling really good. Sounds just as good as she always did. Let's give her a little rev check. Let's twist throttle here. Okay. Oh, a little skip there. There's that dead spot. It was always there. We're going to assess that problem after I take this thing for a test drive and see what she does. Let's go ahead and hop on her, throw her in gear, and see where we're working, what we're working with. So this is the ultimate test. I've seen plenty of these things running online, and ever since we got it before I rebuilt the car, when it was probably running close to its best but not quite there, it would always have that little skip in the beginning. It would always have that, so I'm not worried about that right now. The ultimate test, and what I'm trying to figure out is, if you took this thing down that road and you went wham, 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 wide open throttle, you would get about 10 seconds and then you're done. And it would boop, 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 and it would die. So right now, we're gonna grab this thing, we're gonna whole on throttle this thing and see what happens. That's what I'm talking about. Got a little more life out of her that time. Oh my God, the steering radius on this thing is trash. All right, here we go. Wide open, baby. Let's see what she does. Oh, yeah. Little backfire there, but I'll take it. Woo! So we just saw that you can buy a big old stator, you can buy a voltage regulator, but all we had to do was pull that carburetor back apart, reset the bowl level, and she's moving. Still gonna do a little fine tuning. We're gonna get the air fuel mixture right, but other than that, she is doing. Oh yeah. Well, there she is. I haven't decided a name for it yet because it went from pissing me off to making me happy. So who knows? All I do know is she is not going to have a date with a rifle and some tannerite because she's running really good. Took her for a bunch of test rides, wide open throttle, and she didn't bog once. So there you go, guys. The trick is the float in the bowl of the carburetor. To those of you who told me that, sorry, I doubted you. To those of you who, I mean, maybe you did have a problem with the stator or the voltage regulator rectifier. It's possible. For now, we're going to leave it here. There's going to be other things that I want to do to this thing. One of which, if my son gets really into it and he wants to learn how to shift, I'm wondering if a nice little 2-stroke blaster engine is going to fit in this thing. To hear a 2-stroke out of this thing would definitely be pretty high on my list of things I want to see. But for now, we're going to end it off. Hopefully this helps some people out there. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, drop a like. I got a lot of things I'm going to be doing to this Grizzly here soon. The racks are going to go. The plastics are going to get cut. We're going to get some 12-inch bead locks on this thing and lower it to the ground. But she's an absolute beast, and I ride her a lot. My son is on this one. My daughter's got a DS250, and my fiance has a Kodiak 450. So we take them out quite a bit. But for now, if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, check out the channel. We're going to be doing more than just ATVs. That's 69AMX. We're thinking about sticking with the garage. We don't know. Right back here is the next big project, 67 Camaro. We're doing a full LS swap. Going to do kind of like a pro touring vibe on it. And then much later, we're going to be getting into that thing, my 71 Nova, and want to do an LS swap. And then way in the back there, that's a 69 Chevelle. We got big plans when we're talking LT4, supercharge, reinforce everything. That's going to be an absolute ripper. I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, thanks for sticking around. I got a lot of other things I'm going to be doing with my life. It's not just about the garage. So if you're interested, drop a follow, turn on that notification bell so you see the new videos come across, and hopefully I'll be getting into something that you enjoy.